Good morning, everybody. So again, it's another general reading today, and I am tapping into Scorpio energy. So you may find it particularly relevant if you are a Scorpio, or you have Scorpio placements in your chart, or there's planetary action in Scorpio for you at the moment, or you're connecting with the Scorpio. But it is just general Scorpio energy. So what does Scorpio energy want to tell all of us? The only channeled song I got through for you, the only channeled thing at all that I got through for you yesterday was Oh Baby I Love Your Ways by Big Mountain. And I think it's in a film called Reality Bites. It's Oh Baby I Love Your Way every day. Yeah, yeah. That one. I was half asleep and it was really dark, and I just kind of scrolled it in the dark, so you can have a laugh at my terrible handwriting there. My sleepy in the dark trying to write half asleep handwriting. The name of the person in the Reality Bites was me looking it up in the morning when I woke up. I also, as I was sort of preparing for the reading and I was sort of getting the cards ready and getting into the energy, I got Happiness by Goldfrapp, and the song that came on for Spotify when I asked Spotify for a song and randomised was Smile by Maisie Peters, which is no more Mrs. Sweet and Miss Nice, no more Mrs. Effing Polite. So, oh, somebody's done with something there. Yeah, somebody's a bit mad, fed up with some kind of situation. Now, the funny thing is, I was rewatching last week's reading, and he had all this business with the stone, and I didn't understand what it meant. But as I was rewatching the reading, I was like, someone's lost a piece of jewellery. It just sort of came to me as I was rewatching it. Someone's lost a piece of jewellery. And then I started setting up for the reading, and I was looking for my snake ring that I was wearing in last week's reading. Can't find it anywhere. And I was also looking for my my beads that my mum gave me for Christmas. Can't find it. Now, the snake I associate with Scorpio, and my mum's a Scorpio as well. So the two pieces of jewellery that I was thinking about wearing for the Scorpio energy reading, I'd lost. Can't find them anywhere. So yeah, I think someone's lost a piece of jewellery. It's funny that I thought that and then couldn't find the jewellery that I wanted to wear. It was in that order. It wasn't that I couldn't find the jewellery and I thought, oh, maybe they've lost a piece of jewellery. I was watching the reading, thought, someone's lost a piece of jewellery, then realised I'd lost mine. So it's funny how things like that will happen with tarot. So yeah, I reckon someone's lost a piece of jewellery, but I think it's probably something perhaps of high value or high sentimental value. And I was getting through all that stuff about people separating, and which ties in with that Maisie Williams song as well. So maybe that there's a separation and there's a piece of jewellery that's being contested or that can't be found, something to do with a settlement. I don't know. But that's that. So without further ado, I've got my coffee, I'm ready. It's super early, it's before 7 o'clock. Let's see, can I tell the time? Can't tell the time. I'm a child. It's 20 to 7, so it's super early for me. Luckily, the sky's pretty clear today. It's quite blue, which is giving me another song. I Will Give You Blue. I'll put that in the description box below. I can't remember the name of the artist who sings it. I Will Give You Blue. Will Give You Blue. So yeah, we've got blue skies. So if you have been going through something, if you have had problems, then hopefully that's clearing up for you now. But it also means I've got a little bit more light for the reading, considering it's so early. So bonus points. Right then. So what does Scorpio energy want to tell us today? So this is the energy oracle deck. What does Scorpio energy want us to know? Ooh, hi. Right, that is what I like to see. And cornucopia at the bottom. Ooh, we're in business. So what I'm hoping this is like a match made in heaven, sort of twin flame, soulmate, two people coming together in love. That's what I'm hoping for, because I'm a soppy Libra and this is the story I want for everybody. But it's, yeah, yin yang. So it could be a couple of things. It's about finding balance between two different energies. So you can see this is kind of like the moon and the sun. Finding balance between your light and your dark side. Hello, Star Wars. Or it could be So this could be like inner peace, finding your inner peace, your inner tranquility, bringing the two sides of yourself, the feminine and the masculine sides of yourself together. Yeah, finding inner strength, inner balance, inner wisdom. Or it could be two people in a partnership coming together. So two people coming together in love or in business or as friends, whatever that might mean. But it's two people who kind of balance each other and make each other whole. They could be like chalk and cheese, like total opposites. But yeah, number 22. So that's 2 11s. So yeah, card about coming together. Also, if they add up to 4, so that's stable foundations. It's interesting, stable foundations was kind of like a key theme in Libra's reading yesterday. Someone looking for stable foundations. And I did say actually Scorpio and a Libra might be connecting. So if that's you, do leave me a like. Let me know in the comments below, because I do like to know if things are... I like to know that... I like to hear feedback. I like to know if things are ringing true for people. But I understand that sometimes people don't want to admit that they're watching tarot videos, or yeah, they kind of like to want to come in under the radar, which is fine too. You're more than welcome to do that. I do that myself, okay, sometimes on other people's videos, so that's totally okay. You don't have to comment or anything if you don't want to. Right, okay, so what else have we got going on here? Oh, that's interesting. Again, I think I saw that on Libra's reading yesterday. On the underline, you've got a fork in the road, so there might be a decision, a choice needing to be taken here. But here you've got the jaguar or the cheetah, and it's go the distance. So this is like commit to something, the finish line's in sight, move fast towards your goals, yeah, stick with it. Oh no, this again. What is it with the orphans? Okay. So story time with Cinderella. I've had this theme about an orphan coming through, and it has been subtly coming through for quite a while, like probably a few months, but then within the last sort of week and a half or so, it's been coming through super strongly. It came out at the end of what somebody's reading. I can't remember whose reading it was now. Right at the end, it was this orphaned card, and then this week I was getting Annie and I was getting Oliver, and then the orphan came out in my own reading. I'm doing something sort of storytelling to do with orphans, so I don't know why this is such a strong theme at the moment. The orphaned, someone who feels abandoned perhaps, someone who feels like they're lacking love. Neglected. So if you do go back and watch that Libra reading yesterday, something that I sort of touched on it, but I didn't go into in much detail, because what I'm doing with the general readings is the kind of, I'm picking up, rather than doing individual signs, like, okay, I'm doing Scorpio's reading today, what I'm doing is I'm allowing the energies to flow into each other. So it's general readings, and these messages are flowing through the readings at the moment, which is kind of why I'm doing it this way. So the story that I was getting yesterday with Libra's cards, when I kind of carried on thinking about it afterwards, excuse me, I'm sorry, was I'm getting these messages to do with, it could be someone who is literally an orphan, or it could be a feeling, like kind of like a global feeling of feeling orphaned, of feeling like we need maternal affection. We need that kind of, the people around us who are nurturing, the people around us who are loving and giving, who want the best for us, who are gentle and kind and love us unconditionally. I don't know if there's some kind of like global need for this, which is why the orphan card keeps coming out. I'm not quite sure, but I was getting something with Libra's reading where it was like to do with, if you look up Freud, Sigmund Freud, he has these developmental ideas, and one of them is to do with the mouth and to do with oral needs and oral pleasure. Oh God, no, I'm going down another road again. I don't mean that. I mean, it does, you know, Freud, he does mean things like that, but he also means like food and things to do with the mouth. And this is to do with, like, if you don't have enough mother's love or something when you're a child. I'll have to look it up. Something to do with not having enough mother's love as a child, and then you get these problems with the oral development phase where, you know, you might do thumb sucking, or you might overeat, things like this. So that was kind of a theme coming through Libra's reading, was a lot of stuff to do with like things that you eat, or like pleasure of the mouth. I don't know. Right, okay, let's go back to this. So what am I getting? So somebody may be feeling very neglected, very orphaned. Somebody may have lost parents. So this could be an adult who has lost both the parents. I'm sorry if that's you, that's hard. Yeah, feeling like they want this kind of parental love, I think, perhaps. Feeling like they want unconditional love. That's what I said. Wanting unconditional love. Wanting to be loved regardless of anything. Not having to prove themselves. Not having to go the distance all the time. Not having to feel like they're constantly having to win affection. They just want to be loved for who they are. Love for the sake of being loved. And to give that love back. To be able to return that love. Yeah, that unconditional, like, parent-child bond. Okay. Or there may be a relationship here where you have to go the distance with it. You have to persevere with it. It may be challenging. There may be obstacles to overcome. But this is saying, like, it's worth it. Probably to get over the feeling of being orphaned. But he's moving towards... I don't know. Let's see what else comes out when I pull more cards. Can I get more information, please, on these cards here? Oh, you've got the polar bear underneath. Everybody knows, I think, by now that this is one of my favourite cards. It's about sort of a similar feeling. I might take it. Sort of a similar feeling about perseverance, about a long journey, about feeling burdened, about having to carry on even though the going gets tough, keeping the end goal in sight. Maybe something about a nest egg here as well, or a birth. Could be a birth. It's the Queen of Cups. Could be love. But the fox came out for you. So the fox to me is someone who's a little bit sneaky here. It's like they want this rooster, but they can't go directly to the rooster. They have to take like a rounded route. They kind of like, oh, don't worry, rooster, I'm going over here. I'm walking off this way. But they circle around the back and they come up at the back of the rooster. So yeah, it's this kind of sneaky energy about not being able to take a direct route. But this, see this, what's going on? Okay, so this, I'm seeing it as a jaguar because I was getting jaguar the other day. Could be cheetah. Is taking a very direct line, right? Taking a direct line to the end goal. The fox is taking a more calculating route to the end goal. Perhaps this is telling you that if you want something, and you just go straight for it, it's not going to work out. Perhaps it's telling you need to take a circumnavigate. I'm getting that circumspect Penelope is what I was getting there. To explain my own thoughts. Penelope in the Odyssey, she's described as circumspect Penelope, and what it means is she's quite wily, she's quite cunning, she takes her time with things, she thinks things through. So what she does is I don't know if you know the story. It is a very famous story. A lot of people will be familiar with it to some extent. But Penelope is the wife of Odysseus. Odysseus is away fighting a war, and is away for a very long time. So people start to assume that he's died, and a lot of suitors come to her house who want to marry her, and because she's very attractive and because it would be a successful marriage, these people would get quite rich and famous if they married her. So Penelope is still holding out hope for a husband being alive, and she doesn't want to marry the suitors. She's got no interest in them. But being a woman in ancient Greece, she's kind of she doesn't have that much choice over what happens. So what she does is she says, okay, I'll marry someone, I'll pick one of you when I've finished this this mourning cloak for my husband. I'm going to make this beautiful mourning cloak. It's part of my grieving process. Once I've finished it, I'll marry someone. So she starts to make this very intricate, very, very beautiful cloak on her loom. But every night she gets up and she unpicks it, so the progress is really, really slow. So yeah, she's cunning, she's wily, she's circumspect. So that's why that word was coming out for me there. I don't know if someone needed to hear that story. I don't know if that has any relevance for you. Or we've also got the two cards next to each other as well, 14, 15. It's funny that one flipped out and one was on the bottom of the deck. They weren't actually next to each other in the tarot, in the deck. So this could be two people here. Yeah, look, we've got this yin yang card, right? So I'm seeing this as two people. Okay, this is getting interesting, isn't it? So we've got the white, who's the polar bear, and we've got the kind of warmer reddy colours, orangey colours, which is the fox. So this is two people here. Perhaps the polar bear's trying to take a direct route, but it's a bit of a struggle. Perhaps the fox is taking an indirect route. So it's like, I'm not interested in this. I'm walking over here. I don't want to know the polar bear. I don't care about the polar bear at all. Look, I've got my back turned to them. But they haven't. They've got their head turned. They're waiting for them. Like, they're actually saying, follow me, come with me. And it's funny as well, my mum was telling me a story about, I keep going off on these tangents because they can actually be very, very relevant to the reading. Anything that comes out in a reading, anything that happens during a reading is part of the reading. It's not just the cards, it's the things that pop into your head as well. So this is why I'm telling these stories. My mum, who's a Scorpio, she was telling me that one of her neighbours has been quite poorly. She's been in hospital. So this elderly neighbour has a cat. Now my mum also has a cat, but the neighbour's cat is lonely, right? There's nobody at home. So it keeps coming around to my mum's house and trying to come in my mum's house through the window. So my mum's a big softie, so she has been feeding this neighbour's cat, which they know about. The family of this lady, they know that my mum's looking after the cat. But my mum's cat's not too happy about it. So she said, this is exactly, Mum, if you live it, look, it's your story, because Grandad's the polar bear. So she said that she went out, Grandad David, he's called, is my stepdad. Grandad David went out into the garden, and my grandma's cat went out into the garden too, and she said it was walking in front of him and looking back, sort of going like, follow me, come with me. And my mum's cat led David over to this woman's house and was looking at the house and looking at the door as if to say, this is that other cat's house. Our house is not that cat's house. That cat lives here. So I don't know, it's quite funny, but it's just because I associate Grandad David with Yorick from his Dark Materials, who's a polar bear, because he comes in to save the day, right? He's like the hero, and Grandad's always saving the day. So this is, yeah, it's like this fox is my mum's cat looking back and saying, "Come on, Grandad, come on, I'll take you to the, I'll show you the other cat's house. I'll show you where it lives." Okay, so that's funny. That's funny that came out like that. I'm going to keep that like that. Oh, but it's like that cat's orphaned. Oh, it's just telling me about my mum. It's just telling me about my mum's poor orphaned cat that's missing its owner. There we go. Come with me. Come on, follow me. I'll show you which way to go. Polar bear's struggling a bit there to keep up, I think. I heard nearly there. I was looking at the colours of the fox and the jaguar, and it's like nearly there, like final sprint, last leg. So it's like if you've had to be quite sneaky, if you've had to struggled on your journey, it's like you're close to the finish line now. You might actually be able to start sprinting. Yeah, nine of wands, 9 and 10 of wands. Okay, so 9 of wands is like a long journey that's felt like it's very burdensome. this is like the Wounded Warrior card. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm so... Yeah, okay, I won't draw attention to it anymore. And then the Ten of Wands is finally being able to put down the burden. So this is the end of the journey. This is nearing the end of the journey, like this Jaguar. And this is actually being able to reach the end of the journey, finish the cycle, put down the burdens, come out of the cold, and move on. So yeah, Thief. Well, that fox, you know, foxes are known to be a bit of a thiefy animal. They may be... Okay, I'm going to take the card as... Okay, so it's giving me Oliver Twist again. So, because the poverty card has come out under the orphaned card. So the reason why somebody may act in this way is because, look at this card as well. Yeah, it's like Oliver Twist. Okay. Right, it's giving me story time with Oliver Twist now. 5, 6, 6, 10. I feel like this period of poverty, this period of being orphaned, is the thing that's coming to an end, because this is a 10 here. But yeah, if somebody has had very difficult circumstances in their life where perhaps they haven't had a lot, you know, they felt like... Yeah, they felt like they've had nothing. I noticed as well they've got the cat there, look. The cat's following him. It's like that's his only... Oh, and the mouse or rat. So it's like... Okay, I'm getting too many things at once again. So if you felt like nothing's been handed to you on a plate, everything's been a struggle, you've perhaps not had the proper guidance in your life, you know, it's not surprising that people turn out to act in certain ways. They shouldn't act, you know. You can see that the little boy, the little Oliver Twist there, he's stealing this man's pocket watch. I feel like this lady perhaps is distracting him, because we have in the underlying we have false person. We also have high honour and courtship. So okay, too much. So high honour and courtship, what this is telling me is that they need to stop this behaviour, act in high honour if they want the courtship, okay? So, yeah. Yeah, it explains somebody will act in this way if... It's like a circumstances thing. Somebody who's been given everything in their life, you know, the rich child who has everything handed to them on a plate, who's happy, who has had a proper, you know, a good upbringing with people who love them. They're not going to go out on the streets and steal pocket watches off people, or it's much more unlikely. Whereas circumstances dictate that this person who's struggling, perhaps struggling to eat, is going to be more tempted to do things that they shouldn't be doing, and they may be encouraged to do this by somebody who is acting in a deceptive way. Yeah. So this is like the is it Nancy in Oliver Twist, and the song that was coming through from Oliver Twist last week was I'd Do Anything, which is such... Like, the relationship between Nancy and Oliver is actually really, really nice. So this may be people who are acting in bad ways because the circumstances around them have forced them to act like this. That's what I'm seeing. They may not be bad people. Nancy and Oliver were very, very good people, but the fates had pushed them in a direction that meant that they were in with the wrong crowd. Somebody may be in with the wrong crowd, but it's funny that we have the thief card and the fox card there. I'm really getting through that somebody just feels very, very... It's like emotional poverty, very neglected. Feeling perhaps very out in the cold. But you can see actually that here, the light, the street lamp's shining on him. It's like the street lamp's warming him up. It's almost as though maybe that man knows that this child is stealing from him, but he's allowing it, possibly because he wants to help the child. So it may be that someone's acting in... Oh, that's my alarm. It may be somebody that's acting... It may be two people or one person. I don't know, because I'm looking at these red colours of the woman. So it may be the woman who's the false person and a man or a child who's a thief. But I don't know, I'm really... So be aware there may be people around you who are acting false or who are acting as thieves, but it may be circumstantial. They may not know any better. They may be acting because that's the only thing that they know how to do. They may feel like they don't have any other options. And I'm not saying that you should allow that behaviour, because you are actually being told in the underlying high honour, act in high honour, and that'll lead to the courtship, right? So this is, if you're acting this way, it's encouraging you to not act that way. It's saying that this is nearly over now. You've got the 10 here, the 10 here. So this is nearly over. You're going to be able to sprint towards the finish line soon. What a story, eh? Okay. Can I get another card on the polar bear energy, please? Oh, watching, definitely watching. You've got the dragon and the sea serpent. So 2 dragon energies, 2 lizards energies. Lizards are cold-blooded, so which matches very well with the polar bear. Somebody who feels very, very cold, who needs warming up. So perhaps this is the orphan. Perhaps the polar bear is the orphan. Yes, this is what I'm getting. So the polar bear is the orphan, the Oliver Twist character, the masculine energy here. The cheetah is the female energy. It's the fox, the woman, okay, because the colours. So yeah, this person here, the Oliver Twist orphaned person who has the emotional poverty, who needs warming up, is this coming through as this lizard energy now. Watching, because we've got this eye, and this kind of looks like an eye as well. And this is like chasing your tail as well. It's like being at that finish line. The end is in sight, but you can't quite get to it. It's like he's trying to, you know, like when dogs run around in circles trying to bite their own tails, and they can't quite get it, and they just keep doing it though. They keep doing it. They don't change the technique. They're like, one day I'm going to get that tail. I'm going to get it. Could be something to do with money here, because this one gives me Smog off Lord of the Rings. No, the Hobbit. The dragon that lives in the gold. Could be someone who's greedy. If he's the thief, could be greedy. Could have stolen something off someone. Could be that piece of jewellery that I was talking about from last week's reading. I think I might need to just move everything over a little bit like this. Okay, so there we go, that's the polar bear. So what can I get on this fox, please? Oh, straight away, the stingray. Somebody who's very, very balanced, actually. Maybe trying to fly under the radar, gliding under the radar. But yeah, this is like gliding under the surface, trying not to be noticed. But they are very, very balanced. They've got all the chakras lined up. They may be quite sexual. Yeah, that's kind of all I'm getting from that. In the underlying there, I've shuffled a couple of times, but you've got the oyster, so it's like a hidden treasures there. It could be love. A lot of the time in the tarot, pearls represent love for me. And you see, like in this deck over here, which the Witch's Tarot, which I'll get to in a minute, the King and Queen of Cups are kind of sat in oyster shells. So yeah, it could be that there's love between these two people, possibly. I'm just going to have a sip of my coffee. Okay, what else do I want to ask? What else do I want to ask? I'm just going to ask it. I'm going to do a tell me more. Can you tell me more, please, about the situation between the false person and the thief? What's going on here? Okay. Could be a Capricorn, doesn't have to be. You've got the Devil card here and the Four of Pentacles. And the Four of Swords is on the underlying. So fours are about foundations. You've got 2 fours there. Oh, that card's coming off as well. Strength. Okay. So the devil card, this can be addictions. This particular card gives me kind of like a sex addiction, or being chained to someone who you find irresistible. Yeah, it's like chained in a relationship. You can see it's like Jabba the Hutt. This guy has these two people on the chain. He's keeping them apart, I'm seeing today. Okay, these two people may want to move towards each other, but this chain is keeping them separated, keeping them apart. Okay, like when people pull dogs on a lead to pull the dogs away from each other. So I feel like these two people want to be together. This might be the thief and the false person. Yeah, she's looking at him but being pulled away. He's struggling to cope with this. But the devil card could represent any addiction, any kind of shadow side, where it's and you know, like the thoughts that you tell yourself where you're like, I'm not good enough, I can't do this. Any kind of like self-abusing thoughts. It can also be, the devil gets a bad rap, but it can be quite a fun card, actually. It's, yeah, it's kind of the mischief in us all, which is healthy, actually, to have a little bit of mischief. But yeah, I'm getting something to do with keeping people separate, these two people being attracted to each other, somebody keeping them separate, keeping them chained. And some kind of sexual connotations there as well. This is blocked. It's either holding on to something. I always get a hold on to what you've got. Blah blah blah. Not Guns N' Roses. John Jovi. Hold on to what you've got. Doesn't make a difference if you make it or not. Got each other. That's enough. Halfway there. Living on a prayer. I got there. I got there eventually. I'm going to write it down so I can put it in the description box. We're halfway there. The finish line's in sight, okay? Halfway there. Living on a prayer. Living on a prayer. Take my hand. Okay. Hold on to what we've got. It could be someone's holding on to you. Like I said, someone's keeping you chained. It could be that two people are blocked from communicating. You can see she's got the fan over her mouth. Could be something to do with work. Pentacles and the devil can sometimes mean work. Strength, yeah. This is taking a lot of strength to deal with this situation, a lot of perseverance. The polar bear is definitely perseverance. But also what I get from this card is like the woman gives the lion the strength. So the relationship itself, especially because look how it's come out under orphaned and poverty, like emotional poverty. Somebody who needs that connection, right? And this is the connection. This is what the connection does for them. Look at the difference, okay? Look at the contrast between these cards. So this is without love, okay? Without this person's love, this is how that person feels. With the love, this is how they feel. Like, just look at the difference in the colours and the images on those cards. It's like, why would you make somebody feel like this? Why would you force someone to... Why would you chain someone in emotional poverty? Why would you keep someone like this, okay? Especially if you claim to love the person, if you claim to care about their interests, that's... You want this for people, okay? This is the infinity symbol. So this again could be soulmates. If there could very well be a soulmate connection up here. Again, it doesn't have to be a romantic interest. You know, Nancy and Oliver, that wasn't a romantic interest. But it's two people who are very important to each other in their lives. And it's magical. This is like magical. Yeah, getting a lot of strength from each other, receiving affection. And again, it's like almost like that kind of maternal affection there. This person may make this person, instead of feeling like a lost little child, this person may make the person feel like a lion, you know, like they can do anything, like they're a king. Can you see how he's just dipping his toe into the water there as well, just dipping his paw into his emotions? Perhaps there's been kind of an emotional, I keep saying emotional poverty. Perhaps somebody has kind of blocked their emotions, like closed down their emotions. They're this afraid to feel. They're afraid to let this love in case it goes away again, which would be devastating. You can see that would be devastating. So the lion is just beginning to dip his toe into the water, just beginning to dip his toe into the emotions, just beginning to trust now. And again, look at the colours. You've got like the silvery colour and the warm orangey colours again of that yin yang card, and these two cards. And yeah, you can see how like the light is warming this child up here. And I'm just going back to that card and the cat again. Cats seem to be important in this reading. It's like that's his companion, that's his only friend, is this cat, right? So I don't know, make of that what you will. Okay, we're going to go into the polar bear's heart space. What's in the polar bear's heart space, please? The person represented by the polar bear, burdened. Yeah, look at that. 10 of Wands. So 10 of Clubs translates to the 10 of Wands. You've got the 10 of Wands. This is coming to the end of a long journey. You can see he's been burdened. He's been carrying these burdens for a long, long time. But he can see it's like, go the distance. The end is in sight. You're nearly there. Okay, it might be a bit of a struggle. You might not be able to see your route yet. You might not know how you're going to get there, but the end is in sight. You're getting there. You're getting close. So if that's you, you are close to the finish line. Okay, keep going. What's going on in the fox's heart space, please? I think you feel that. You feel that you're getting close now. Fox's heart space, please. These cards came out. When did they come out? They came out together. I don't think it was in Libra's reading yesterday. It might have just been when I was putting the cards away. So this is... Right, okay, the Ace of Pentacles. So this could very well be about work. The Eight of Pentacles is about working on your... Well, not necessarily on your own. It's about working on something, becoming a master, becoming an expert at something, doing something over and over and over and over and over again until you've perfected it. Okay, it's like you're a master artisan. So it could be putting the work into anything. It could literally be the work that you do, or it could be a hobby. It could be working on a relationship, but putting the work in and kind of mastering whatever this is. But in this particular image on this particular card, it's like this woman has been working alone. It's almost like not the three of Pentacles. She's been working on it alone. She's been perfecting her craft. She's done it so many times that she's mastered it. And then there's this raven as well, which is like the ravens gather information, and they can also be spying. Someone may have been spying on her, or she could have been spying on someone else. There is a sense of being a bit crafty because she's the fox, right? And she's got this flame lit. It's like she's kept the faith. She's kept the faith. So this to me is she's coming out of that. And she's coming in from a situation where she's been on her own into a situation where she wants to share with others. This is like a man sharing the wealth, helping out. And look what he's doing. He's helping out these could be like orphans. This could be like Annie and Oliver. He's now perhaps this is the orphan, right? Now in a position where he can help others because of the work. It's like, I switch the energies around because I'm kind of like the masculine and feminine energies are switching around a lot for me in this reading. But I'm asking about the fox. So, yeah, somebody who's worked on something, it could be the woman working away on her own. But in the heart space, she's thinking about the masculine energy. Yeah, it's like... I'm hearing pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. So somebody who perhaps had a really bad start in life, who wasn't given anything, everything that they've got, they worked hard for, and they are now in a position where they can help others in the heart space. So I told you that fox wasn't that bad. Okay. Or if the fox is bad, I do associate this with the Pisces energy. I don't know. It's just the look of him that makes me think that. So if the in the fox's heart space, this is the polar bear, right? The fox is feeling the polar bear, wanting the polar bear to help her out. Maybe a little bit deceptive. Just be careful. If you're associating as a polar bear, do just be a little bit careful with the fox's intentions. That she's showing up as a false person. She's showing up as crafty. Yeah, do be careful. Make sure you know her intentions are good before you give her any handouts. Yeah, she might be a thief. Okie dokie. Yeah, there may be conflict. Yeah, watch out. She may be very alluring. She may be after your money. But then it is showing up as this soulmate connection. So I don't know. Make of that what you will. Maybe she's just acting that way because that's the way she knows how to act. I don't know. But it's got the number 8 as well here. The number 8 symbol, the infinity symbol of this relationship with the strength. I don't know. I can't tell you what to do. Okay, so the polar bear. What's going on with the polar bear in their thoughts, please? Oh my goodness. Queen of Cups. He's thinking... I don't know who it is. I don't know. Oh my God, and the Empress as well. Take that. The polar bear is thinking about the Queen of Cups. So I'm seeing the polar bear as the masculine energy, the fox is the female energy. So the fox thinks that the female is very, very loving, very giving, very emotionally supportive, like an angel, like a wish come true with this Empress card. Everything he could have ever wanted. This is how he's seeing her. Oh, that's actually really lovely. It's like she's there shining this light as well. It's warming him up. Okay, could be wanting to have a child together. Could be the mother of his children. This is in his thoughts. This is what he thinks about her. Which, like, look how, I was saying about, like, how he, like the orphaned energy, feeling that emotional poverty, wanting the mother, wanting the person who's affectionate. Look at that. That is exactly that. The Empress is all for Queen. She's like the ultimate woman, the ultimate female. The Queen of Cups is the most loving, giving, emotionally supportive, gorgeous energy. This is what he thinks of her. Okay, but why is what's going on in the fox's thoughts, please, towards the Hermit? Could be Virgo. The Empress is Taurus, Libra. Strength is Leo. I said we've got Capricorn here, and this is Virgo. So the signs, it doesn't have to be those signs. Oh, and Pisces as well. It doesn't have to be those signs. I'm just saying them just because some people like to hear them. But yeah, it's just the energies. Okay, the energy is more important than the sign. She could well be in hermit mode. She could be working on herself. This could be blocked. She could have taken steps back, blocked the connection because she's going inwards in herself, or alternatively, because you can see that the woman is spying on the man. The man might be in hermit mode. The man might have pulled away from this connection, with like blocked, right? But she's kind of spying on him. She's got that Raven card as well there. Yeah, so there's a sense of spying, keeping an eye on him, watching him, drawn to his light as well, I feel. Okay, your intentions are good. I wish I could. My intentions are good. I wish I could. Only been 3 months and I've already got it bad. What's that song? So heavy in the streets. I'm just running through it in my head. It's runs in the west side. It's just I like it. Doesn't let me. He does what I want and I like it. I can't leave him alone. The bad guy's turning me on. He knows just what I want. It's so bad, love that. I can't leave him alone. What's that song? I can't leave him alone. I tried that good guy game, but the bad guy's turning me on. I can't leave him alone. Only been 3 months and I've already got it bad. Okay, I'll try and figure that out later and put that song in the description box below. It's quite an old song, actually. Oh my god, yeah, literally spying. Look, Knight of Swords, she's spying on him. She's keeping an eye on him. I think she wants it. I think she genuinely wants him. She's just being a bit crafty about it. Doesn't want to reveal everything yet, I don't think. I'm going to go to the Tarot of Sexual Magic. I'm using it again, guys. Nobody's told me not to. You know, you got to leave those comments down below in the comment box if you don't want me to use this pack, or if you do want me to use this pack. So yeah, quick heads up, if you're under 18, please leave the reading now, because the Tarot of Sexual Magic, there are some kind of slightly more risque images on it. So yeah, I'd prefer, if you're under 18, either get your parents' permissions to watch this, or just leave. Okay. There's like 16-year-olds rolling their eyes at me now, like, yeah, right, whatever. PG-13. But I just want to say it because I don't want to get in trouble, basically. More. Okay, what's the polar bear thinking? What's the polar bear doing in their action space? Tell me what. Okay. Oh, Ace of Cups. The polar bear wants to bring in the Ace of Cups to the female. This is one of the nicer cards. This is quite a nice one. I think she knows it. That's almost like a crown chakra or a third eye star there. Like, she kind of knows. She wants him to come to her. But yeah, he's just wanting to go to her. He's wanting to be with her. He wants to offer his cup. He wants the affection. He wants the physical touch, the physical affection. That's like the visual representation of that card there. That's actually really nice. So the polar bear seems very, very, very sweet. What about the fox? What about the female? What's her action space towards him? What does she want? Tell me about the action space of the fox towards the polar bear. She's trying to, okay, yeah, she's trying to lure him in. She wants celebration. She wants success. She wants the win. Yeah, she's just kind of letting. It's the same energy. Look at that. She's like, I'm so sexy. Look at me. Look at my silky fur. Look at my lovely. She's like, she's really fiery as well. It's like Queen of Wands energy. She's like, I'm gorgeous. I know you're looking. I know that you're watching me. I'm watching you. You're watching me. I know that you're following me. And he's got that flame lit. That flame is a phallic suggestion. Okay. A little shocked rabbit and dove at the bottom there, but it's like, maybe she wants to have babies with him, with that rabbit. She might, you know, got the Empress there. He is wanting babies with her. She's wanting babies with him. She's like, come and get me. And we've got this dove here as well. So this is like pure love. And is that, what's that? Is that goats? Cows? Goats? Horses? I don't know. It's two of them though. Yeah, she's like, come and get me. I want success here. I want the win. I want recognition. I want to be recognised. Six of Wands is about recognition. So if this is a secret relationship, she wants it revealed. She wants everybody to know. She wants that public recognition. She doesn't want to be sneaky. Yeah, I feel like there's I do feel like the fox is genuine. Can I get another card? Can you tell me about this fox's intentions? Ooh. So it either is. I'm going to cover that up. You don't need to know what that what that devil's holding. Could very well be a Capricorn here. She could be the Capricorn, or she could be after a Capricorn. She wants to have a good time. That's all I'm saying. Her intentions are to have a really good time. I'm going to put him... How do I want to put him? I'm going to put him there, just slightly off camera so you can't see what's in his hand. But I'm going to point to that and say what I said about that is what he's got in his hand. But a very, very obvious one. King of Swords. Now this is in the reverse. Okay, so what she wants, what are her intentions? These are not her intentions because it's in the reverse, okay? But you can see she's almost, there's bad intentions there. She's reaching for the sword. Now the sword could be like ready to communicate a truth, ready to cut something out. The King of Swords, he is not very affectionate. This is in the reverse, so he can be quite, I'm sort of trying to cover her up a little bit. He can be very, very sharp with his words. He can be very cutting, this could be like wanting to cut something out, wanting to cut the devil energy out, wanting, what is it? I don't know. I'm going to go to a different deck. I'm just moving those off screen a little bit ruder. How can I ask this? Can you tell me more about the intentions? Okay, they were ready to tell me. Okay, this card is the card I saw first. So it's the same. Six of Wands of what I was saying about success and recognition. One in the public recognition. One in the wanting this to be a legitimate relationship. I'm feeling wanting success in the relationship, wanting to be recognized, perhaps feeling that like other people will disapprove, but these people are standing back to back, right? They've got each other's backs, and I love these two. I love this couple story in this tarot. They're from different tribes, which might explain why people are disapproving of them. But it's like she wants the recognition. She wants to stand back to back together. Yeah, I'm not feeling that she's a bad energy at all. She wants the Five of Cups into the Six of Cups. Five of Cups is a disappointment, right? It's feeling like something didn't work out, a relationship didn't work out. Crying over spilt milk. But she wants the Six of Cups, which is like sharing. It's an equal give and take, a balanced relationship. You can see that cup is healed. It's like that cup's coming back together. So this may be a previous relationship that didn't work out, perhaps because people were not acting honorably. But she wants the public recognition. She wants to heal the relationship, and probably wants a family. She wants to be a bit devilish. She doesn't want to be patient anymore. She doesn't. Temperance going into the devil is like, I'm sick of being patient. I'm sick of holding back. I'm sick of not having what I want. I'm going to take it. I'm going to take exactly what I want. And what this card also gives me is kind of a reversal on the Adam and Eve story, because, and this came out actually yesterday in Libra's reading. There's the temptation. There was the snake in the apple tree. But this is like, stop telling me this is wrong, right? It's like, this is the only tree here. It's like a reversal on the Adam and Eve story. This is the only tree here. I am starving. I've got this emotional poverty, right? I need what this tree represents, which represents the affection, the unconditional love. It doesn't exist anywhere else in this landscape. This is the only place to get that from. And there's two people here as well. It's like they know. With that yin yang card, it's like this is the only place that those two can get that unconditional love from, this couple, and they want to pick from the tree. They want the fruits, right? It's like in the Garden of Eden, there was loads of different trees and plants and things to eat. It was abundant. This isn't an abundant situation. This is an emotional poverty, and these people, it's the only place they can go to get this, right? You can see these two cups are empty as well. There's nothing in the cups. They have to. They're starving. They have to get the fruit from the tree. And then also what's coming on here is that there's this phoenix. So you think, yeah, it might be like people are saying they're doing the wrong thing, like they're being the thief, like Oliver Twist, you know, Nancy and Oliver. They're kind of the seen as being like the bad people, the crooks, but they're actually really good people. They've got really good hearts. They're just acting in the only way that they can. Do you see what I mean? So it's you've got the devil 3 times in this reading. You've got the devil here. You have the devil over here with the interesting thing in his hand. You've got the devil here. Could very well be, that's like mega Capricorn energy. Could definitely be a Capricorn. Doesn't have to be, can just be the energy. But yeah, it's like I've been burnt so many times. I've been through the fire so many times and survived. I can take it on again. It's got this phoenix, and he's protecting them. The phoenix is protecting them from this flame, from the attack. It's like the phoenix can take the heat. He's been there. He's had the heat. He can deal with it. It means nothing to him. He's made of heat. He's made for it. Like the polar bear's made for the cold. This phoenix is made to take the heat. So yeah, and that's the female. She's like, I can take the heat. Do it. I want the recognition. I want this to be legit. I want this to be official. I want the high honor. Yeah. I don't think she's after his money. She's not after his money. She just wants to be a privileged lady. There we go. And privilege comes in many forms. It doesn't have to be money. Privilege can be the recognition. It can be feeling like you've won the lottery because the relationship brings so much to you. But yeah, wanting balance. You've got the Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles. Wanting balance, wanting equal give and take. Wanting fairness. Right, I guess we're going to get you an advice card. Can I get an advice card, please? What a story, guys, though. I'm rooting for these people. Like, I don't know. Nancy didn't come to a good ending, did she, in Oliver Twist? Yeah, I'm rooting for the good ending. I'm rooting for the happily ever after for these two. I think they've really been through it. Like, look, how can you not root for that person? How can you not root for that person? How can you not want them to be happy? Right, let's go for it. Loads of advice. Okay, we've got time to breathe out. Time to give rather than take. What did I say about that? Equal give and take. A fiery climax approaches. Hey, yo! I feel a bit bummed out by that reading. Oh, I opened it right on a time to give rather than take, so I'll read that one first. New Moon in Virgo. When this card comes up, it's time for you to take stock of your situation. Where are you and where do you want to go? The New Moon energy of this card suggests a restart, and the Virgo energy suggests that you can restart a clever one. Make that restart a clever one that's simple and well organised, so that fox is clever. Virgo also has a strong health aspect to it. So if you've been unwell, this card suggests that your health is on the up. Virgo loves clean eating and alternative therapies, so add these to your routines now, however you've been feeling. If a situation is blocked at the moment, it could be that you're over-analysing things or being too critical. It's time to ask less what someone else can do for you and to think more about what you can do for others. I'm just going to have a bit of my coffee because I'm getting a bit of a dry mouth. Attune to the moon. Recommit to a healthy morning and healthy evening routines. Additional meanings for this card. Gradual improvements are coming. Pay attention to detail if you want success without being pedantic. Be of service to others and love and money will follow. The person you are asking about is reliable. The teaching. Virgo is the sign of health, service and analysis. Its energy is precise and it has the feel of a harvest about it. When this card comes up, it could be that a wonderful bounty is coming your way. However, the energy of the new moon in Virgo is usually about getting your life in order, so that's what you need to do at the time of Virgo new moon and whenever else you pull this card. Okay. Right, I need to find that disseminating moon. Page 34. Take time to breathe out. The intensity of the full moon has abated, and what are we left with? That's what this card is asking you. It suggests that the situation you're asking about has now peaked, and it's time for you to regroup and learn from your experiences rather than blindly forging ahead. Excuse me. Have faith that what is happening is for the best. Try to accept the way things are now. Give yourself and others time out to relax. Breathe. We can't be on all the time. If you feel like you've hit an obstacle or even failed in some way, now is the time to reflect on how to do things differently next time. Be honest with yourself if you feel bad about your current situation, and then remind yourself that life goes in cycles. I am where I am, and it's okay. You should know where you stand either now or very soon. You need to take some time out for your own good. It's time for you to experience your wisdom, to share your experience and wisdom with someone else. Avoid falling into a slump. The disseminating moon is the first moon phase after the explosion of energy that comes with the full moon. Yesterday, the Libra card, the Libra reading had 2 full moons, I think. So you may want to go back and watch that one. No matter when you pick this card, it suggests you're at a more tranquil point in the life cycle of whatever situation you're asking about. This is not the ideal time to start something new. The disseminating moon is the time to breathe out. Give yourself some time off and think about what has passed. And then a fiery climax approaches. I've gone dizzy. As soon as I got to that card and looked at it, I just went really dizzy. Whew. No, that's new moon in Aries. That's the wrong one. Full moon in Aries. I've gone so dizzy. Watch me pass out during the reading. Like the camera just rolls like the end of Blair Witch. It's time to see if you've been a little too much me. There's a tug of war going on between what you want and what someone else wants. And I'm not surprised we've got those 2 sixes, the 6 of Cups and the 6 of Pentacles, because that is about equal give and take. But you'll have to wait a little while to see what's going to happen next. As you wait, ask yourself if you've been handling the situation as sensitively as you could have done. If you know deep down that you've been a little rash or harsh, gone too fast or overstepped the mark, then accept that on some level you've created the situation yourself, which means you can create your way out of it too. When this card comes up, a peak is coming and it could be fiery. Be nice, be kind, smile and be polite as you navigate to where you want to be. Being assertive is good, but don't ride roughshod over anyone. If you're in a tense situation, meditate your way to peace. Don't be a baby. Sorry, but this could be the issue. You need to have more fun. Well, the devil card's there 3 times. That is definitely fun. The full moon in Aries is a super fiery time when emotions can run very high. On the upside, there's excitement about what may lie ahead, but tempers are likely to flare with rash comments or decisions. No matter when you pull this card, it signals that the situation is just or is about to come to a peak, perhaps in a rather heated way. There could be a price to pay if you've been too competitive or too blunt. Yeah, so I was saying about the this card here, the King of Swords being in the reverse. That's someone being very, very blunt. Yeah, that's like cold. It can be quite bitchy communication. But I think she wants it at this point. I think she's so sick of the deception, because this was what does she want from the relationship. She's like, give it to me straight, just tell me, give it to me blunt. I think she just wants the honesty. Right, okay, done. Take care, guys. I hope you got something from that reading, or at least found it interesting. I definitely found it interesting. I'm rooting for these 2 people. I hope they figure things out. I hope they find the happiness. I hope they find the love that I think they both so desperately need. Alright guys, take care. Love you. Bye bye.